choice. And in fact, it was interesting because she didn't leave him, he left her. And she was really puzzled by that. So, again, she exhibited some of those characteristics. And when we were working together, I got her to take a really close look at how she grew up and what was going on in the family dynamic, and understanding that some of those patterns were involved in how she chose partners. Each of those people would have warning signs, even when they weren't actively drinking or where they looked like they had it under control. So at one stage she even sort of contemplated never getting into a relationship again, which, she may or may not have done. I didn't see her, to that point, but she made a lot of progress dealing with her fear, with her anxiety, and realizing that things like loyalty can be extremely misplaced, that she needs to be able to take care of herself in a healthy way. Things that she thought was self-care was actually really rigid, self-critical behaviour. Her lack of tolerance for making mistakes, I'm not the victim was one of, I'm not going to play the victim, which was something that she talked a lot about. And I assured her that, it's not about whether you're a victim or not. It's about how you can have a healthy relationship with yourself. And it took her a while to understand that what she felt was healthy relationship, either with self or others, was in fact way off base. It just didn't really come close. So it's not all doom and gloom. There was a study done in 2017 by St. Catherine University that there were some protective factors involved in adult children, and just a couple of them is if they have a really close sibling relationship, that makes a difference. If they start to understand fairly early on what alcoholism or what dysfunction really is about, so early intervention can be very, very useful. Another factor which is often overlooked or underrated is when the actual alcoholic parent or the dysfunctional parent gets treatment, when they really truly engage in recovery, and it really makes a difference for the child growing up. The other part of it is learning some form of resilience healthy resilience within the family dynamic, and being also able to step outside of the family dynamic and have healthy outside distractions or activities, things like being involved in sport or being involved in music, all sorts of different things, having a strong bond at school. These things can be really positive and help to dial down the negative effects of growing up in a dysfunctional family. So I hope that's useful. And as I said, when we talk about adult children of alcoholics, it's not just about the substance abuse disorder. It can be all sorts of, different aspects of dysfunction within a family. And the other part of it is that, we also need to take into account the whole issue about childhood trauma and how we perceive that. We tend to think about trauma as these massive, psychological or medical events in a child's life, but they don't need to be that big. And if we want to use a sort of, measure in a way, it depends on the child and the environment that they're in and those mitigating factors that I talked about. So I hope that was useful. And I hope that all of those of you who continue to tune in are finding my podcasts helpful. Hopefully they're going to inspire you to some change. All of us can change. My view is that with some self-reflection and some self-awareness, all of us can change our behaviour to be healthier. And, the first cab off the rank really is to address our relationship with ourselves so that we don't play out the unhealthy bits on others, that we don't project that onto other people and therefore alienate them or anger them or make them resentful. Now, it's their stuff how they react to some degree, but I've got to take ownership for my part in this. So until next time, I hope this was useful, and I'll look forward to speaking to you again in the next episode in a week's time. Take care. Look after yourself.
Thank you for listening to Inspire Change with Gunter. Gunter Swoboda does individual and group coaching for men looking to grow. For more information on this and the global Making Good Men Great movement, check out goodmengreat.com to get into contact. If you have a topic for the show or would like to be a guest on the air, please email producers at miranda@noirtainment.com. That's Miranda, Miranda, at noirtainment, noirtainment.com. Thank you, and always keep inspiring change.